I've never seen it.
Well, right now, with my foot, it's made my back hurt really bad because I'm walking on different heights all the time.
Yeah.
And so I think it's like messed my back up. And so my back hurts really bad. I tried sleeping on the couch last night so I could like wedge myself up against the edge. And I had a hard time getting up this morning. But, you know, my dog won't let me sleep in too long.
That's true, too.
You guys good?
Yeah.
Good. Kirkland brand waters.
All good. I love Kirkland.
You know, that Kirkland brand water is actually Sky vodka.
Sure.
Isn't that what they always say it is? Or what is it, Grey Goose? Everyone always wants to tell you
Yeah,
that like
it's one of
Kirkland
the
is from the
big
Grey.
vodkas.
That's a thing. People love knowing those little things.
There's whole fucking. That's the only clickbait shit I ever click on Twitter, where it'll have like all those fucking fake articles, like celebrity whatever.
And it'll be like at ranker.co.
Yeah.
Is
The only ones I click on, they're like Costco brands that are really made by bigger brands. It's all the Kirkland shit, and I love that stuff.
It's such a weird shaped bottle always, though. They always like.
It's like a Renaissance
round
Festival
and flat
glass blown
and,
bottle.
Yeah,
And it's weirdly not 20 ounce. It's 16 point. It's tricky too.
I like these Kirkland bottles you have here because it's like, sure, it's too skinny to fit in a cup holder, but it's also too tall to fit in your car.
It's shaped like a wheel of cheese that they cut the bottom off of to keep it upright.
I could use two microphones. Well, we kind of will do the script and talk about this show.
Which I don't think any of us know anything
Any of
about.
us
so
ever
whatever.
heard of this. But it's like wildly
Nobody's
famous.
Seen this show.
And then we play some dumb movie games, and then we're out of here.
Sounds good.
Feeling good? Are we rolling in with the stuff? We're doing it.
They gotta make a Kirkland restaurant.
I would love a Kirkland restaurant. It's just called Kirkland.
Yeah, I need a theme park.
They just make other restaurants stuff.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, you want a Whopper
Hey, you
and
want
a Big Mac?
Yeah.
We got them both.
I would love Disneyland, but it's Kirkland.
Yeah,
and they're like, and everything is generic. It's like we've got the Heights fall and the Spider Boys move around.
Just
Wave Zone.
Wave zone.
the Gary Fodder theme coaster.
You know, they make their roller coasters in the same factory Disneyland makes their roller
Yeah,
coasters.
yeah.
They're just branded differently.
they made this one in the same factory. The same guy that made Space Mountain made this one.
I worry that Kirkland would just be Kirk Cameron's
Oh,
hyper Christian
no.
themed theme
Oh,
park.
Lordy.
Yeah.
That guy. Has anybody ever rewritten? What is it? Firestarter.
Growing Pains?
No,
Oh.
What's the Fireproof? That's the one where he plays a fireman who can't stop jacking off, and then God,
What?
and then God tells him he's got to stop jacking off or he's gonna lose his family, and he destroys his computer in the backyard and commits his life to God.
Oh my God.
It's so ridiculous.
How crazy is it that Mark Wahlberg passed on that movie?
If you had to,
They used the same prosthetic
Yeah.
dick in that movie that they used that
What
Mark
is it
Wahlberg
called?
used.
What is it called?
Fireproof, I want to say.
Dude, once this episode comes out, Kyle, you'll never be able to get
Yeah.
someone to do this on Never Seen It because we're all gonna see
watch.
it.
It'll be
Yeah.
the most seen movie. If that exists on like Amazon, I'm gonna do like a watch party for this.
Oh, I'm sure you can get it on eBay for less than it costs to ship.
It'll be from Kirk Cameron's eBay, like how we all
Yeah.
have merch sitting around. He's gonna have boxes of, I assume, laser discs of this
Oh, yeah.
movie.
I'll rent this on HBO Max for the $19.99. I'll fucking do it.
I like that. Even like, it's crazy that this seems crazier than a Scientology movie, even to me.
Yeah, sure.
I can't. One thing I always
funds
remember
this
about
movie?
Growing Pains. I think. Well, you can get money, Christians.
Oh, yeah.
If you getting into
you
this
can
sort of
juice
thing?
Christians for money very easily. They
and Kirk
are
Cameron
a
is like
very
a
gullible
Christian
bunch.
icon.
Oh
Right.
yeah.
Who? Yeah, even like at least like Mark Wahlberg. He kind of still teeters real Hollywood, hyper Christian Hollywood. Kirk Cameron was never in real Hollywood since Growing Pains, and then he's a little too, I think, vocally crazy.
And his sister still works in Los Angeles and is also a fucking goof.
Who is his sister?
Candace
Candace
Bergman.
Cameron.
Or Candace,
Really?
Yeah. You don't wait.
not Candace
no, you
Bergman.
didn't.
Candace
Candace-
Bure. She's married to Pavel Bure now.
From
the
fucking
hockey-
Full House.
Yes. Oh, I did know that.
DJ Tanner.
And
Yeah.
because Stephanie Tanner is like an activist, I remember seeing a
Yeah.
clip of her
Oh,
getting
I didn't know
like
that.
Oh, yeah,
attacked
she's
by
getting
cops.
The shit beaten out of her by cops.
And I'm like, man, a house divided cannot stand, you know?
You know?
Full House divided cannot stand. Or Fuller House. Okay. Well, we're having fun. You know, here's what I always think about with Growing Pains. There was a character named Boner.
Boner to bone, yeah.
Stabone?
Yeah, it was his last name.
His last name was Stabone?
That's why they called him Boner.
Oh, I thought his name was
I thought
Boner
his name
Stabone.
was Bone. But that actor committed suicide,
He did?
Oh,
which is sad. He
shit.
didn't even have to host Family Feud. This
And
will be fun.
There's
way
a
to
ride
get into the
based
episode.
on it. No, there's not a ride based on it. How did he kill himself? Because
I don't know.
Because that will determine what the ride is at Kirkland.
He choked himself to death with his bare hands. Which takes a lot of commitment.
That is hard to do.
To keep squeezing after you've passed out, really, it's you got to be built for it.
Oh wow. Rest in peace, Andrew. He hanged himself. Well, this is gonna be a terrible thing.
Ride the hanger at Kirkland and then
The hanger? That's actually a new anti-abortion ride they have in Texas.
Oh man.
This might be an episode I have to do some editing on.
We're taping? We hadn't even started the show
Yes,
yet.
we're taping. Ollie is back there cranking the camera like the guy in Nope. It's one of those manual
That
cameras.
is one of the oldest I feel on the internet. I say all the time. I say taping. I say taping. I say records. I say albums. I say all the words that none of the kids.
Oh, I've
this is
explained
my
to
old
a youth what the save icon is. That's always fun.
thing. Oh.
Wait, what?
Like a few years ago, I explained to like one of my cousin's kids what the save icon, what the floppy disk is. You know? And you're like,
like what it actually.
yeah, you're like,
where
well,
it
this
came
actually
from.
used to be what you saved on,
yeah.
and they were like, on, and you're like, okay, well, we're starting from like abs. It's like this. I was at my family reunion just like on Labor Day, and I was talking to one of my cousin's little kids about. They were like, comedy, blah blah, and then I was like, I was on Conan, and they're like, what's that? And I'm like, well, he's like a comedian. He has a TV
He's
show.
still
And
active. He has a fucking podcast.
Yeah, but the problem is I have to like explain to them what TV is.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, it's like a super long TikTok with an old guy.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then the old guy has a, I think less old but looks older friend, who's funny next to him. Have you seen? And they're like, oh, I've seen Andy Richter Controls the Universe.
Yeah. Oh, just imagine that you are on Minecraft and you go to the part of Minecraft where somebody has a late night show.
It
and
is
that's
crazy.
That's what I did.
I'm like, you know when Travis Scott did that concert in Fortnite? It was like that,
but a inside the
lot
TV.
less people saw it. It influenced a lot less things in my life.
That was insane. That first couple weeks of the pandemic, where we were like thought things were gonna change, and then they really didn't that much. We were like, "This is the future of entertainment."
Everyone's gonna
do.
like,
I'm not going on Fortnite to watch a concert.
Yeah. Oh, I watched a March.
Quibi is the future of entertainment.
Yeah, goddamn.
Too soon.
Clearly.
Yeah.
The reason it's too soon is because it didn't last that long, so it's gonna be too soon no matter what.
Yeah.
R.I.P. to Quibi and their 11 minutes of fame. They didn't.
Which is too long for a Quibi, honestly.
I would like it if they had a tall vertical headstone. Like you can't watch our headstone in landscape. I'm sorry.
Although the Reno 911 reboot on that was really fucking
I think
funny.
I didn't see any Quibi
but
stuff.
I probably bet it was good.
I personally had an emotional vendetta towards it.
Oh, word.
But I heard there were a lot of good things. And Reno 911's so funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I apparently was one of the 5 people in this town that didn't make any money off Quibi. I was one of the few people that did not get a check from
That would be a good
last
reality show
stand-up
for Paramount Plus.
Yeah,
I didn't make
that's
any
right.
money. Put
Yeah.
everyone who didn't make money off Quibi into one room.
You want, yeah.
It'll be called Little Brother.
It'll be an 11-minute show because we're the only 4 people that didn't fucking juice.
I don't even know if people
Quibi
listening to
for-
this will know what Quibi is. That
No.
was one of the
This
issues.
is more of a CISO audience you got
Yeah.
going here.
Oh, jeez. Yeah,
See
when I-
so thing, say so thing, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. That's where I made my real money on CISO.
Yeah, that dried up the minute I got to town. Everybody was like,
CISO?
"Oh, the CISO money," and I was
I
like,
will
"Oh, yeah,
always
let's find out about
defend
that."
CISO as giving comedians shots and money.
Yeah,
I
I
agree.
loved that.
I agree. And Quibi-
CISO was like, oh, you're in Quibi as well. But
Quibi,
they're like,
CISO,
oh, you're an
pay people some
upcoming
work.
comedian. We'll give you a shot. Instead of like,
Yeah.
oh, you're famous and not funny anymore.
Yeah.
We'll give you a
Here's
shot.
$1 million,
Yeah.
Jeff Foxworthy.
If you get $1 million, he's probably fine.
Foxworthy, he's fine. Didn't Bill Engvall just announce his retirement? I think he's on his
You could
retirement
tell
tour.
me Bill Engvall is Jeff Foxworthy,
Yeah.
like how what's that? Chris Gaines and
Garth
Brooks are the
Sure,
same
sure.
person. You could tell me that was a Bill Engvall, Jeff Foxworthy situation. I believe
want to
you.
do a deep dive into what that was all about, because now, being 20 years past that seems interesting that a country guy would. I don't know if it was good or not.
He
I
was
don't know anything
briefly
about
on
it.
the Royals. He got invited to their training camp.
Oh, Garth Brooks.
Garth
yeah,
Brooks.
Yeah.
Or Chris
No,
Gaines.
Bill Engvall.
I was like, I do remember that.
Here's your bat.
I'm pretty sure he did get a couple hits in
yeah,
the,
he like played in
through
spring
the
training and stuff.
Oh my
And he
God.
was like 35 at that point too.
Yeah.
I'm sure they were grooving him in there.
Oh, I mean, Pujols is out here with 28 home runs right now. I think they're grooving him a little bit to get him to 700.
Pujols is also 6 years older than they say.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
He was playing at Pasadena City College when he was 26.
He went to a high
and
school
got
in
drafted.
Kansas City right by where I grew up, and even then everyone's like, this, he was buying booze for the team in high school, and you're like, well, there might be something going on here. I remember when he pitched for that Harlem Little League team 6 years ago. That's such an obscure
He
reference.
keeps showing up to our comedy softball league, too. It's so weird.
See, the thing is, he's too young for that. Too athletic, too booked. Man, what was that kid's name? Danny Almonte. Remember when they just had a 16-year-old pitching to 12-year-olds? But he looked 16. They weren't even...
And then he couldn't even make his high school team.
That's because it was the same year.
But you'd think a kid who at least dominated Little League would be the second or third starter on his JV
I think a Little League mound is 8 feet away. So he was just handing the ball to the catcher. He wasn't even throwing
40, I think it's 44 feet.
Yeah, he looked like Mr. Fantastic when he would pitch. That's a reference. Okay, let's do the show. This is what are we looking at time-wise right now?
We're 17 minutes in.
Okay, all right, we'll start. That's pretty good for us.
Yeah.
Under 20. Okay, we're here with Mike Mulloy. Mike, you have never seen Animal Kingdom.
I've never seen, and nobody has. Nobody's ever seen it.
I thought this was going to be a documentary.
Dude, I don't know if this is animated, if this is a live action. I know nothing about Animal Kingdom.
The only thing I know is that I get bombarded with commercials for it during the NBA playoffs. And that's my only frame of reference on it. It's been around for apparently 4 or 5 years. There's not a single soul that I've ever met that has ever seen an episode.
It just finished as a series.
It just the whole this playoffs, they were the final season of Animal Kingdom. I was like, what happened to the first 3?
Yeah. It's going to be like when Yellowstone ends, and we're all like, what? The show from the ads is done?
But that's a show that dads love.
That's true.
Dads love Yellowstone. What's that, 1883 or whatever?
Oh, that's just
one?
the dads love old years.
Yeah. They or
Give me
I
a
think
1917, love
I think
love
it. Well, I think it might be a spin. I think it's a part of the Yellowstone universe.
Oh, the YCU?
I think it's a spin-off of Yellowstone.
The YTU, the Yellowstone Televatic universe. So I know nothing about Animal Kingdom. I looked it up, and I saw what is the funniest headline. This was I Googled Animal Kingdom TV show, and this was the headline. Animal Kingdom showrunner explains why Ellen Barkin Smurf didn't even appear in series finale flashbacks.
Oh, wow.
Is that a name of the character?
I have
It
no
has to
idea.
be. Because I thought you meant Smurfs.
It just
didn't
says
appear.
Smurf. Well, they didn't probably either. Those are
Yeah.
expensive rights.
Listen, you got to pay a lot for those.
So
What if we find out it's part of the Smurf universe? We had no idea.
that would be bold.
Yeah.
Does Disney own Smurfs? It feels like it would be it.
That does seem like something Disney would buy.
To me, it feels like whoever owns Harry Potter would own Smurfs. Like kind of the
Yeah.
few things that Disney
Sure.
doesn't own that are still floating around.
Why
'Cause
not? I
they-
mean, they're gonna because when's the last time Smurfs was rebooted? It's
Like
just a
5 years ago.
Yeah, pretty
Oh,
recently.
all right.
Not that long ago.
Yeah.
That's the
Like there's
thing,
probably
is,
one in the works right now.
okay. Yeah.
They, DVD sales overseas, it costs next to nothing to do, and they can get pretty good returns on it, apparently.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Adam.
Well,
You look fucking dumb right now. Thinking how old did you think Smurfs was? I'm gonna do so much editing. I'll have to edit out all the abortion talk
Don't
and
edit
you
any-
not knowing when Smurfs
no, I
came
want
out.
people to know that I didn't know there was a Smurfs reboot.
Nope, I'm
5
starting
years
the
ago.
podcast right
Did you
now.
know that Smurfs
I didn't.
were the original
No.
Blue Man group? Oh, come on. Now you can edit it.
I would love a Despicable Me Smurfs crossover called Blue Man Grew. Oh.
I've never seen any of the Minions movies either, so I have no idea what's going on there. And the last one, I'm just watching the commercial, then the Minions are just rapping to Eminem. It's very confusing.
The Minions feel a little bit like a pizza mascot that got out of control.
Yeah.
Like the Noid.
It seems.
Oh my God! Yeah, the Noid. I look at the Minions. I don't know exactly what they are either, but I imagine if I was a kid, I would think they were silly and fun.
They're Minions.
Like, I don't know what the California Raisins ever did, but when I was a kid and they would come on the TV, I'd be fucking jazzed.
I think the Minions are kind of Oompa Loompas, but less slaves.
Yeah, maybe more
Yeah, they're
annoying
they're
and clumsy.
It seems like they're committed to the
Gru?
thing that or whoever because I guess what is it that they're they serve evil people, but they transfer from evil person to evil person.
Oh
as
yeah,
time
sure.
goes on.
It's a little bit like the One Ring to rule them all.
Yeah. So
Sounds like you
whoever's-
guys know a lot more about Minions than
I'm
you were
just
letting
going.
on.
I'm just going.
You don't know when
based off what
Smurfs
I've,
came out.
read
You don't know
on
when
the
Minions
internet.
comes out. I feel like if characters aren't the color you prefer,
Yeah.
you don't pay attention to the media.
I like the raisins. I like purple.
Okay. Animal Kingdom. No idea what this is. You all okay? Here we got these scripts right here. What did you bring into Animal Kingdom? Just what you saw on NBA Finals commercials?
Yeah, pretty much just went with that. Simply went solely based off vibes.
We got instruments here if you want to grab anything.
I don't
this
know
is
that there's anything that would call. What is that? Is that thunder?
yeah.
I don't know that I wrote any thunder, but
That's the thing about thunder. You never know.
If you feel it's needed.
Yeah, people ignore thunder all the time, so it could just be happening in the
Right, well-
background.
We're not that one band. I can't remember their name. Thunder, feel the thunder. That song that was all over everything for a while. Do you know what I'm talking about? Does anyone know?
Oh,
It's like Imagine Dragons.
Yeah, sure.
Oh.
Imagine Dragons, also a good HBO spinoff.
I'm a big metal guy. There's so many. My playlist. Whenever stuff shuffles through, I have so much music with thunderstorms and rain and shit.
Mhm.
A lot of Slayer will have thunder.
Mm-hmm.
You look so fucking not interested.
I know
in
who Slayer is from TV.
this. Slayer on TV.
My last name has a lot of the same letters as Slayer.
Oh,
Most
yeah.
of
Kyle
All they're
Slayer.
missing is the L.
And if you combine your first name, you got the L.
That's true. Yeah, now you look stupid again, Adam.
Fuck, I
you
didn't
didn't know when
realize.
Smurfs came out.
I
You
didn't
didn't know
know.
my name could have been an anagram for Slayer
I didn't
Ka.
know that. Slayer Ka.
Okay.
Slayer AK. It's an AK Slayer.
Oh, if
It's
it could
that
be,
kind of gun.
that sounds like a character
Oh
from
my God, it does.
Yeah, it's
what was that
kind of
TV show about the high school?
That
Saved by the
got
Bell, AK,
AK
Slayer.
Slayer,
Sounds
it's-
like a character
yeah.
from
Hey,
that show.
Slayer. He's the
That's
guy
it.
that came and shot up Saved by the Bell High School.
That's his Wario. He sits in, he sits in the chair the right way.
AK Slayer.
He's wearing a fucking tank top and mowing down the fucking. That's brutal. Sorry about this, everybody.
We got a bingo board that we use for episodes of this for stuff that comes up, and we've really hit a lot of the squares between abortions and school shootings. People are going to be getting bingos right and
This
left.
is where people come for school shooting jokes. The podcast about TV shows we've never seen.
Right, because the TV is dominated by school. So Animal Kingdom, which will be excited to get this Google alert when we talk about it.
The first people that ever, they're gonna be like, somebody finally watched an episode, and then they're gonna find out.
There's a whole podcast
There's a
talking
whole-
about our
yeah.
show.
Wow, we gotta tune in. We gotta download this, and then they're gonna be like, "Hey, we never saw this show, so we're gonna make it up."
It certainly wouldn't have been one man putting in so much effort to mock it.
Hey, you spent 4 years on this. This is dumb. Let me completely fucking undo it in 30 minutes.
Okay, so Mike Mulloy, you've never seen Animal Kingdom. Who would you like to play what characters here?
I will play Tommy Jr.
Okay.
and
And you can do like the
yeah, I'll
wall-to-wall
do
stuff,
the
all
the,
directions.
the narration. There's not many characters.
Oh, so I mean, am I anybody?
You want to be? Oh yeah. Oh, you want me to distribute it?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Distribute
You
it for us
be
here.
you be Tommy Senior
Deal.
and Big Tommy,
Big Tommy.
and you be Tammy,
Okay.
and
Is Tammy a lady?
Tammy is a lady, and Little Big Tommy.
Okay, so I'm Tammy and Little Big Tommy.
Yeah.
All these characters are different diners in Burbank.
Yeah, the Tom's Burgers in Burbank, fantastic.
Yeah.
Tommy's Burgers, dog shit.
Oh,
That is
Tommy's
accurate.
the ones with the fucking the chili and stuff
yeah,
on it?
awful.
At least it's no bean chili. I'll give it that.
And you could convince me that the big boy from Big Boy's Burgers is named Little Tommy. Or even Little Big Tommy.
Why isn't there a little boy?
I don't think you can name stuff that.
Why isn't
I
there
don't think
a
you can say I want to
Why
go
is it-
consume at Little Boy's.
You
Yeah.
guys want to go to Little Boy Burgers?
Nope.
Who wants to go get some milkshakes at Little Boy's?
I don't think
They
I'm
barely
allowed
get
that.
away with the Italian restaurant.
I love little boys.
I mean, that's a good T-shirt.
Can you edit that out, actually?
Yeah, to be just the clip we use for promo.
Oh, no.
All right, whenever you're ready, Mike Mulloy, you've never seen Animal Kingdom.
All right. So this is Animal Kingdom, which is based on the book The Town with No Dads. Grove, Florida is a small town in the Everglades where Tommy Grove Jr. and his family reside. Grove Grove is known as the town with no dads. No dads stick around in Grove Grove. The town was founded by Tommy Jr.'s grandfather, Big Tommy Sr., who left shortly after Tommy Jr.'s father, Tommy Sr., was born. Tommy Jr. is the son of Tommy Sr. and Tammy Grove, who owned a jet ski shop together before Tommy Sr. split when Tommy was just 4 days old. Now it's just Tommy Jr., Tammy, and his cousin, Little Big Tommy Jr. And in a town with no dads, there are no rules. Exterior jet ski shop, parking lot, daytime.
That boy doesn't need me. I'm no good for him. My daddy left me when I was half his age, and I turned out just fine.
That boy needs his daddy. I need his daddy.
I ain't no daddy. I'm just a father.
After Tommy Sr. left, Tammy had to run the jet ski shop by herself. Times were tough, and she began smuggling methamphetamine into the jet skis to make ends meet. As Tommy Jr. got older, he got more involved in his mother's side business. After Tommy Sr. left, Big Tommy Sr. came back into town to help raise his grandsons, Tommy Jr. and Little Big Tommy Jr. There are no rules about being a grandfather in town. Once your son abandons his son, you are welcome to re-enter. You are welcome to re-enter the town and enter your grandson's life.
Town has a constitution of rules.
It's unwritten.
One if by day, two if by night.
Exactly.
I remember.
Big Tommy Sr. helps Tammy run the jet ski store. Interior jet ski shop, day. Tommy Jr. is behind the counter of the jet ski shop when an old man who he's never seen before walks into the shop. How can I help you, sir?
I'm looking for my grandson.
Who's your grandson?
You are, my boy.
What? Tommy Jr., surprised, places his hands on his cheeks, Home Alone style, as we cut to a commercial for the NBA playoffs. After Little Big Tommy Jr., Tommy Jr.'s cousin, screws up a meth deal and loses all the meth and the $5,000 they were going to get from the sale, the family is scrambling for how they're going to make enough money for the jet ski inventory that's supposed to be delivered this weekend, just in time for the busiest season in jet ski sales. As Little Big Tommy Jr. and Tommy Jr. discuss ideas, Tommy Jr. sees a poster which could solve all their problems. I can't believe you lost all the meth again.
It only happened 4 other times.
Okay, just shut up, okay? We need to think. We need to get that $5,000 or we're not going to be able to buy the jet skis we need for this weekend's jet stravaganza sale. It'll kill the business. How are we going to come up with that?
We could...
Tommy Jr. notices... all right, Tommy Jr. cuts Big Tommy off as he notices a poster behind him for a jet ski race with a cash prize of $5,000. I've got an idea. Exterior, Grove Harbor for the race, daytime. Tommy Jr. pulls up to the starting line of the race and sees his jet skiing and meth rival, Gay Dave, who is gay, but the people in town are actually really nice about it. They just call him Gay Dave because there was already another Dave, and they both were medium-sized men. So nobody could be Big Dave or Little Dave, even ironically. Gay Dave surely doesn't need the money, as both of his parents are in his life, Carol and Beverly, who run a store in town that sells Funko Pops. Gay Dave knows that Tommy Jr.'s family meth business is on its last legs, and that winning the race could solidify his meth business. For some reason, Gay Dave constantly taunts Tommy Jr. about being straight. Well. Wait, no. Who wants to be Gay Dave? I'm Tommy Jr.
I can't. I don't think I'm in this.
Okay, yeah.
Well. If it isn't Tommy Jr., see any cool boobs lately, Tommy?
Gay Dave and his friends begin to laugh as they find boobs ridiculous.
Well, enjoy them while you can, Tommy, because once I become mayor of Grove, which I will, I'm going to make boobs illegal.
You son of a bitch.
Son of 2 bitches, actually. And with the money I have from their Funko Pop empire, there'll be no stopping my march all the way to City Hall.
The two racers exchange leads through the race, battling both mentally and physically, exchanging bumps as they glide across the water. Gay Dave thinks he has the race won and initiates his wacky arm tube man, which he has rigged to the back of his jet ski to celebrate, as a seagull flies into it and gets caught in it, slowing his jet ski down and allowing Tommy Jr. to get the victory.
You did it! You saved the day!
This isn't the last you've heard from me. Wait until my mothers find out what you've done here. I'll ruin you, Tommy Grove Jr.
Interior, local bar, night. The Groves are celebrating their victory at the local watering hole, the Manhole. Tammy and Tommy Jr. are sitting at the bar discussing the day's events and the business when the door opens and in walks Pammy, Tommy's ex. And you could be Pammy.
Okay.
Because I'm Tommy. Pammy, what are you doing here?
We need to talk.
Exterior, bar parking lot. What's going on? I haven't seen you in 8 to 10 months. You said you were going to your fashion internship in Paris, and I never heard from you again.
Tommy.
Pammy, what is it?
I had a baby. You're the dad.
What? Tommy Jr., surprised, places his hand on his cheeks, Home Alone style, as we cut to the TNT NBA studio crew to prepare for Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals.
And I'll be Charles Barkley. And he's like, that show looks terrible. That was good.
That was the dumbest shit I think I've ever written.
The good thing is it's applicable for more stuff. Oh. I was trying to play some cool sounds.
That's good jet ski racing music.
Yeah. It's very intense.
That can't be TNT's theme song
Oh,
still,
no,
is it?
It's just building slowly.
Oh, it is.
that's right. I'm not watching the ad
They
again.
race jet skis.
The problem with queuing stuff up from YouTube is you got to mute ads for Adobe, and then you got to wait 5 seconds twice before you can skip the ad. Well, I don't have no idea what Animal Kingdom is, but I bet it's something like that.
It's got to be something like that. I see jet skis in the commercial. I see guys who look like they are very clearly dealing meth. I see.
It's like a Miami Vice kind of like intense.
Well,
No.
they were cops.
Okay.
They were on the right
I like
side
when
of
they're
the
like,
law.
here's the plot to Animal Kingdom. It's developed by Jonathan Lisco. I'm like, that's not quite the plot. That's
does
more the
not-
guy's name who made
who's
it.
Jonathan, that's the kid from fucking Jerry Maguire, right? That's the.
Jonathan Lithgow.
So you named everyone Tommy and Tammy. The characters are Josh Cody and Janine Cody,
I'm
and they're the
not-
Codys.
Yeah.
And Pope Cody. Pope Cody is Smurf Cody's son and is friends with Craig Cody. Okay, this is insane.
Yeah,
I don't feel that
that's not
far.
So I didn't do any research on this. I went strictly off the commercials. I didn't look up any characters' names. I
Her
didn't
her
Wikipedia
on again off again
this.
boyfriend is Manny, which is basically Tommy
It's
upside
basically
down.
Tommy, yeah.
It doesn't say the plot. It just lists how all the characters' names are this similar, and that's the premise to the show. You
I
kind of
can't-
nailed
I
it.
can't believe that I really did get that.
I'm looking on my phone. They
And then
have a
there's someone
character called Homo Rick.
Yeah, I think that's just the genus and the species, actually, at that point.
Oh,
Yeah. He evolved from the guy from Pawn Stars.
right.
Wish I didn't
Homo
know.
erectus. Oh, shit.
Where
sorry.
does this take place? That's what
It's
I don't
got to
quite
be
know.
Florida.
It feels
There's
very...
too
well.
much Florida vibes. Or like.
It's set in Oceanside, California,
okay,
and it's
but
governed
that-
by the matriarch Smurf Cody.
Where is Ocean? Is that supposed to be like?
You know that's like some
Central-
OCS
Central
type of like.
California.
I
or-
think it's just San Diego, but
Oh,
like
word.
rich outside San Diego. I assume every show takes place sort of like where like Arrested Development takes place, where it's like Southern California, but rich Republican Southern California, jet ski Southern California, if you will.
Sure.
Maybe it all takes place on Catalina.
I would have swore they had some Florida vibes.
A lot of Orange County is the Florida of California.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that makes sense.
But that's
I
probably
want to
pretty
think
close.
I just want to think of alternates to Jet Stravaganza. I just want to think of jet ski sale slogans.
Are you talking
all
about
day.
Skiapalooza?
yeah.
Jet Stravaganza.
Just
I
it
thought
was
was
perfect.
Jet
That was
Stravaganza is the
perfect.
best
I
one
just
that
want to
there's
think
gonna
of
be.
like Jet October. You know, like you want to. What is the most popular season?
What's
for
the
it?
Honda sale thing called?
Honda
Honda
Days?
Honda.
Happy
that's
Honda
not-
Days?
That one's not
Days.
as good as I can add Happy Honda jet skis. Doesn't sound
Yeah.
The
very good.
Lexus December to remember.
Ooh, The December to Remember sales report.
Toyotathon.
There you go, jet ski-a-thon.
Jet ski-a-thon, sure.
All right, you know what we're going to do is we're going to go to a break on the podcast. Perfect. What's the time on that?
35 minutes.
That was great. That was super fun. I mean, that was like a super fun, funny
Great.
thing. Grove.
All right, we're back from aforementioned break. Mike, I have a game I want to play with something we've never done on the podcast. We played a lot of games, but we've never played this particular game. And I consulted Josh Gondelman for some help on the creation of this game, and I think you can probably feel like what the theme of the game is going to be just based on that.
Is it about cocaine?
It's doing cocaine.
Is it about doing rail after rail of cocaine? That dude loves cocaine.
That dude does. So
a lot of people joke about it, but I've actually done cocaine with him like 6
He
or
really
7
has
times.
a problem.
I know he sells. I didn't know he did.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's a lifestyle for him.
Yeah.
It's more than a hobby.
Yeah, that's why I think they canceled Jesus and Mero was because of that problem.
Yeah. It's hard to have that much cocaine on a set.
This game is called How Boston Is This Boston Movie? I feel like everyone can participate. Adam also.
I'm from New Hampshire. Both of
New
my
Hampshire,
parents are
New
from
England area.
Yeah, my parents are both from Boston.
So Josh helped me create the scale of this game. So on a scale of singing Home, Home on the Range with your dad earnestly, which is 0,
Yeah.
to DMing Tom Brady that you hope he's well while drinking Dunkin' that you bought with a gift card you got from Ben Affleck, which would be the 10.
That's 10.
On a Boston scale,
And then like Ellen Pompeo or whatever her name is.
anywhere
5.
you can create exactly
that's
what
the
you can
exact-
create the
that's
number
the
and the
exact
Boston
middle.
scale, whatever you want to do. I would say maybe even the movie The Social Network is a 4.
Yeah,
that would just be
Cambridge.
the description.
Cambridge is important.
How about is drinking a Sam Adams on a duck boat?
There you go.
That's
You
like
get to
a-
make the
that's like
scale
an 8.
yourself.
Yeah.
So I would say on the scale of singing Home, Home on the Range with your dad earnestly, which would I say was a 0 Boston in that, to DMing Tom Brady, hope he's well while drinking Dunkin' with the gift card you got from Ben Affleck, which I would say is in the upper echelon.
Yeah.
How Boston is this Boston movie, The Town?
The Town, I've got because Renner definitely drops it because a guy that's 5'6" from Boston would already be in jail. Like that guy wouldn't be. That guy would have been born in jail.
There's no one in Boston with a short man complex who's not in jail.
Who's not in jail? No, they all. That's
for
why
acting
like.
on that.
Yeah, that's why like Boston's like their average height skews a little higher than it would because all the short kings are in jail. That's just
For just like being slighted by a woman.
well, it's a lot of things that aren't their fault that eventually do become their fault with the way that they handle it. Yeah, no, I'd give that an 8. I'd
8?
say that's a that is a bar style pizza. That is a well done bar style pizza. That's an 8. Yeah.
Okay, great.
I'll go a little. I won't give it quite an 8. I'll give it a eating a clam chowder out of a bread bowl with Panera bread. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
like a
so
7.
it's trying.
Yeah.
It has all the parts, but maybe not the location.
Yeah.
All right.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
All right. How Boston is this Boston movie? Good Will Hunting.
Oh, that's a 9.
Yeah,
That's a 9.
that's high up there. Shit. It's a fucking Boston Red Sox back tattoo.
The problem with describing how Boston Good Will Hunting is it's a lot of the Boston stuff you want to describe other movies as.
It's
Yeah.
I would say it's a pregnant teenager serving you your dunks. Like it's just a surly pregnant teenager.
Also drinking a Sam
But the
Adams.
reason it's a 9 is she's fine with all of the choices.
Oh no, yeah.
This is how she wanted it to go.
It was her destiny.
Okay, on a scale, how Boston is this Boston movie? Spotlight.
I mean, it's too many
Degrees.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's too educated, like it's too smart of a thing to be
Sure.
Boston.
But covering up a massive scandal.
We do like doing that. It is Ted Kennedy driving off the Chappaquiddick Bridge. It is. I'd say it's a 7.
A 7.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, so
It's about the priests molesting a bunch of children in the
Yeah.
Catholic Church, and then the Boston Globe reporting.
It's like a
on
dark comedy.
oh shit. All right.
We'll
then
cut that clip,
It's an
too.
early Bill Burr special.
Okay, so everyone from Boston understands why only they had heard of it for a while.
Yeah, it's fuck, what's his name from Comics Come Steve? It's Steve Sweeney set on Comics Come Home.
Oh, that fucking asshole. Oh, God, I hate that fucking guy.
I've met him once, and he was very nice, and he said, "Yeah, I got on antidepressants," and I was like, "Oh, he seems nice."
Maybe he's better now.
Yeah.
Boy, was that guy a fucking asshole before?
I grew up liking him, but I know
Not a lot of people know this. Sidney Sweeney's dad.
Oh shit!
Mm-hmm.
That's where.
Similar build.
Yeah, he's got massive tits.
And Republican parents.
Yeah.
Couldn't believe everyone was mad that famous young rich blonde girl's parents had a blue line shirt or whatever.
As ridiculous as that all was, like, the only funny thing to come out of that was people calling her MAGA milkers.
Just a whole. Do you ever consume a whole story you wish you knew none of?
Yeah, oh
That
my
was
God.
that week.
Yep. There's.
All right. How Boston is this Boston movie, The Departed?
Honestly, really like a 6. It's
A 6?
It's kind of old school Boston there. I feel like it's a wet red Auerbach cigar.
Yeah, I'd say it's a.
This is a really fun game, Kyle.
I like this.
It's, yeah, a little
There's
more freedom
62
to-
more movies.
Yeah. I'd say it's a trip to the Quincy Mall. Is how Boston is. It's a 6.
It's a pizza bagel at Faneuil Hall.
So you would say it's something people not from Boston know about Boston.
Yeah, essentially.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
How Boston is this Boston movie, Boondock Saints?
Man, I never even thought of that movie as a Boston movie.
Yeah, because it is Southie, but it's also like Irish guys in Southie, which are like not real. Like there's not real Irish people in South Boston anymore, especially not the last 20 years.
So it's like all of the guys in The Sopranos sitting around the Bing talking about how the pasta in Italy wasn't good.
Yeah. Well, actually, here's a perfect example of how few actual Irish people there are in South Boston. When I went back home, I went to this bar called the Shamrock, which I used to always go to back in Southie. And
Sounds Irish.
Yeah, and it had been bought recently by people from Ireland, and it felt less authentic of an Irish bar than it was when it was owned by just a guy that lived there. And it was the shittiest food. The prices all fucking like doubled, and the food is so much worse than it was.
I like to think it was on Bar Rescue. And that guy was like, you know what we need to do? Make this so Irish no one here feels like it's Irish.
The one of the comedy clubs that I did in Scottsdale was on that. Stand Up Scottsdale was on Bar Rescue. And
We've all seen fucking that one.
dude,
that one's
that guy
crazy.
was a fucking
I haven't. I
wacko.
feel like if a stand-up club is going to be on Bar Rescue, they're going to be like, get rid of the comedy.
Yeah.
And then it will
so
immediately save your business.
Dude, it's an insane
this-
episode.
This
Go for it, Mike.
doofus that was like the co-owner, hosts every show, is so unfunny.
Yeah, I think he cried in that episode.
He
too.
cried when he brought me on stage once. So one time he was on stage hosting. He does 20 minutes of hosting. He starts talking about his like ex-wife and then like breaks down, starts crying, and then goes, "Here's your next comedian."
Wow.
Doesn't say my
Wow.
name. Just goes, "Here's your next comedian," and puts the mic back in the stand. And I'm just like standing there being like, do I go? Are you going to
that's
say
so
mine?
funny.
And I just, oh God, that's comedy in a state where people have to blow into their car to start it is very difficult.
John Taffer's just in the back. Slow clapping.
Who's John? Oh, is that the Bar
Yeah.
Rescue guy?
Yeah.
That guy sucks too. He's a fucking.
The man who looks like Grimace sucks. All right, last one. How Boston is this Boston movie? Gone Baby Gone.
Ooh. Not very. I don't think that Boston's very much.
Because there's only one bad cop in it.
Isn't it not even set in Boston?
I think it is. They're like,
I don't know this movie either. What
Yeah.
happens in this
Oh,
movie?
I'm thinking of Gone
You're thinking
Girl.
of Gone
Oh,
Girl. That's
a- that's a
Gone Girl.
Missouri
Okay,
movie
yeah,
right
yeah,
there.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
yeah. Okay,
What's Gone Baby
Gone
Gone?
Baby Gone was.
it's one of Ben Affleck, who is quietly an
Okay.
elite director.
Well, Ben Affleck is.
He
oh,
directed,
it,
and it's got Casey in
Casey
it, and Morgan
Affleck,
Freeman, and a baby kidnapping.
Oh,
we're getting
I always
more
get
Boston.
that and Mystic River confused. I think. I mean, pretty fucking zero. Fuck Casey Affleck.
All
Yeah,
right. Well, then
how about
it's Lapsta on a Domino's pizza.
Is there lobster pizza for real?
Oh my
Yeah.
God, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Really?
incredible.
I've never had lobster not on a roll.
Oh, no, dude, you got to do it. Lobster's great.
I'll do it.
Let's go to Boston and get a fucking lobster, dude.
The
I
one-
said I hate that I just did a bad Boston accent. With my parents both have very genuine thick Boston accents, and if I sit down and think about it for a minute, I can do a good job. And I hate that I just went lobster like a fucking
It's okay, man. You didn't even know when the most recent Smurfs movie came out, so I'm not like
Yeah,
super
yeah.
concerned about the accent situation.
Thank you.
All right, we got one more game we're gonna play here today. This game is called Guess What Movie Kyle's Dad is describing, having only watched the trailer and never having heard of the movie The Game.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Guess what movie trailer Kyle's dad is describing, having only watched the trailer and never having heard of the movie.
How this game works is my dad describes a movie trailer. You have to guess what movie the trailer is for. Mike, since you've never been on here before, my dad has not been to a movie theater since the original Space Jam debuted. He does not know anyone or anything. That's sort of what we're working with here. This can be any movie that's ever happened. Here we go.
Okay. This preview has been approved for all audiences.
I got it.
How's that car underwater? Some quick shots. A baby being born, a button flying off a shirt, and now baseball, football. A guy is wandering through the woods. A lot of voiceover. Now there's a very tall man. Time is now frozen. Everything seems exciting. A giant field of flowers. It's colorful and exciting. They're at a carnival in a nice little town. A lot of wild things. Seems like a whole life of stuff. He just wants to know who he really was for once.
Big Fish.
It is Big Fish.
That's great.
Wow.
That was
what
impressive.
a get. And what a nice trailer that sounded like.
Yeah.
It did. It really.
It
yeah.
was. I don't forget what it was that tipped it off for me. That it was kind of a shot in the
The
dark.
car
so.
underwater, I know, was a big
That
clue,
was
and I
wha-
couldn't.
There's
Yeah,
the
that
tall
was-
guy, the very tall
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
I heard like they're having a fun time at the carnival, and I'm
That
like,
was when it kind of. Was
that's
like,
when I thought it was
this
powder.
scene- yeah.
All right, we got one more. One more. Guess when we try to goddamn game.
Okay. He's walking up a lot of stairs.
Rock.
They echo. The military guy says he's heard nice things about him. Music comes in while the girl looks sarcastic. That's a big scarf. He's eating eggs. Riding the train now. He seems tired. She's calling him an asshole at the cafe. A lot of shots of driving or riding a train. He's carrying the cat on the train. Everyone seems to be saying mean stuff to him. Now the cat is loose on the train. He's carrying his guitar through the snow. Quick shots of music stuff. Snow.
Is it
And now
inside
it's
Llewyn
his
Davis?
turn.
It is
Play.
inside Llewyn Davis.
Guy,
Never have heard of that or seen it.
It would have been tough get then.
Yeah.
It's pretty good if you want to feel sad about choosing art.
That movie's about. It's basically about like a singer-songwriter-y guy who just is always on the verge of making it, but doesn't. And I know a lot of comedians like it. I know a lot of performers like it
Yeah.
because. But
It's the Coen brothers.
my problem with that movie is I didn't think he was good enough to. Like I was like, that's not. He's not.
Well, but
I
that's
didn't
the
think
whole
he was
thing.
that good.
That's a big spoiler. I don't
Sure.
want to tell you what happens in the movie. It's only 20 years old. But that's the thing. He finally does get the shot in front of the guy, and the guy's like, "You're not.
Yeah, yeah,
You're good, but you're not the thing.
yeah. You're not. You're
Find
not
a
the
partner." And he has to be like, "My partner killed himself," which did really happen.
Shit. It's a good story. That would be great for America's Got
I was
Talent.
about to say that'd be
Get you an
great for a
audition.
movie. I'm like, yeah, they made it. Mike, thanks for being here. Thank you for never having seen Animal Kingdom. I forgot the name of it already.
It's
What network is it on?
TNT.
TNT. That's right. We
Yeah.
talked about the NBA and everything. Thanks for never seeing Animal Kingdom. Let everyone know where to find you, where comedy, all that sort of stuff.
Where do you find me? Twitter at Handsome Adult on Twitter, and then Fake Mike Mulloy on most of the other social media platforms. I run a show called Faded. Come to it. We do our show every Friday in LA, and then we do a live stream every Wednesday where I make people cocktails and get our guests shit faced. It's fun.
Great.
Nice.
All right, Adam. This time, you can actually do it.
You know, I watched Shang Wang special the other night. I really just think everybody
Adam's
should
been
check
on here a
that
couple
out.
times and just keeps fucking up promoting his stuff at the end. Yeah, so check out Shang Wang's special
Check out Shang
on
Wang's
Netflix.
it's so good.
Hell yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, everybody.
I've never seen it.